nifty booches.
Please tell me
You put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney. No, wreck.
Clerks 3, Kevin Smith and his final outing with the Clerks at the Quick Stop, and this movie, pun intended, had so much heart. Kevin Smith poured his soul. You can tell everything about him and his friends and the upbringing and what took place behind the scenes was conveyed and played out with these characters who had their own history as well, in a way that was very fulfilling and final for this world in the View Askew universe.
See, what I loved about the movie is that Kevin Smith was making a movie for himself and a love letter for himself, but also to the fans and to just Clerks in general.
Right.
And you could see that as you're watching the movie, and it was very enjoyable.
It feels kind of like a twofer with Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, because Reboot felt like the movie that he felt he had to say about everything, and then he realized, wait, there's more.
Oh yeah.
And this movie takes all of that fun, but finds the emotion in it too, in a way that I was not really anticipating.
Tons of emotion and tons of relation for a lot of different people, whether you're just a fan of Kevin Smith movies, fan of the Clerks movies, or you're an aging person in this society that grew up with film and Friends, and just how finality is on its way and how we do have a limited time on this earth, and basically how did you spend the time and how are you going to spend the time with those and yourself that are left. There's a lot to be said in this movie. There's a lot of putting everything out there for how Kevin Smith felt along the way that I think all of us could relate to on some level, especially as we're getting older. It was 30 years ago nearly when the first Clerks came out, and for all of us, a lot has happened in those 30 years.
Almost 20 since the second one, which is so crazy to think about. And, you know, in regards to that, Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran are the best they've ever been in any of these movies.
Sure.
And like they're always good.
Right.
But this one in particular, there's just something about this 20 years later of revisiting them in this moment, in this time, that is so powerful, and the performances are incredible.
Yeah, I mean, both the characters of Randall and Dante, it feels like we've never left these characters, even though it's been so long since the first Clerks, since the second Clerks, to the third Clerks. Like, it just feels like, you know, we just saw them yesterday. Like, they do such a good job at being those characters. Like, no time has passed.
And the bullet points of their conversations have aged greatly in terms of the subject matter, but how they would feel based on those subjects. And it's a perfect evolution of the characters, perfect evolution of the dialogue, perfect evolution of the settings. So I think Kevin Smith really did nail it when it comes to keeping that consistency from 1, 2, and 3, as well as everything in the Skewiverse. Now, we ended up seeing it when they released it for a few nights at different times in theaters thanks to Fathom events during the credits. I don't know if it is for all the versions, but Kevin Smith did an amazing little speech, a monologue while the credits were rolling, and we ended up getting a featurette after the movie about the making, which added more heart and more insight as to what went into this movie just in terms of passion and love. But getting to see that, I think, was a great addition to the movie, and getting to see our characters back, getting Elias and Becky and everyone else from 1 through 3, it made it just feel very much full circle, and we are very excited for Kevin Smith to keep going and doing what he does. And every film that he has created since we almost lost him feels like a gift now. It feels like we were never supposed to get it, and we were lucky enough to keep getting him, and he's lucky enough to really finally shit or get off the pot, because he is portions of Randall and Dante, and to move forward with what he has in store for all of us.
And if this is the last time that we're in the View Askew universe, then like you couldn't have asked for a better final chapter. But it also leaves the door open for more.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm sure there
more.
is, because Kevin's got a lot to say still, and we're really fucking lucky he still wants to do it.
For sure. But thank you guys for checking out our non-spoiler review for Clerks 3. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. You can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Discord.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, fuel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Check out PJ's channel, the PJ Campbell Network. The link is down in the description of this video. video, and we've got tons of Cobra Kai content coming towards you guys and many more on the horizon, so make sure you don't miss it. But thank you so much, and as always,
Now it's time to say goodbye.
this party is over.
Bye.
Bye.